Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to solve one of the SQL interview question which is asked in a Morgan Stanley interview procedures for a senior data engineering role. We will go through the problem statement, understand the logic step by step, and try to implement the SQL solution. So let's move to the problem. The problem is write a query to segment a customers into a four tiers based on total spending. So they have given a two tables. One is the customer table, second is the order table. In a customers tables, we have a three column ID, name, and the city. And order tables, we have a four column order ID, city, customers ID, amount, and a order. If you see in a both tables have a relations like the primary and a foreign key relationship between the ID and the CID. We need to find basically query to segment customers into four tiers based on a total spending. So first we need to find the every customer's total spending, and we need to divide all these eight customers into a four tiers based on their total spending. Consider if the spending is the high, then it will come into a platinum. If the second spending is high, then it will come into a gold. If eight and fifth and sixth pending and the seventh and the last two pending, it will come into a bronze. So we need to divide these eight customers into a four tiers, and we need output in this format like the name, city, total spending, and the tiers. If you understood the problem, try to build the logic in your own way and write down your logic in a comment box so we can discuss if it is the optimized solutions or not. Firstly, if you are planning to solve this problem using like the case state, in a case statement, we will do a sum, and then we will write like the sum is the greater than 10,000, then it will come into a platinum. Sum is greater than the 5,000, it will come into a gold. Sum is greater than the 1,000, then it will come to a silver. It will come into a silver. Then it is not the optimized solution, because what you are doing, you are doing the hard codes values like sum greater than the 10,000. So we need to find the optimized solutions, and we don't need to do a like the hard codes into a code. For first, we will find the total spending of each customers by joining the two tables on the basis of the ID column. So let's first find the total spending of each customer. I'm going to select which table. It is the customer table. In a customers tables, I'm going to select a dot. I'm giving the alias name as a, and I'm going to select all the column a dot id, like the a dot name, and the third column is a dot city. Okay, now three columns we got from the A tables. Now we need to find the sum and the total sum of each customer. So what sum basically present into order table. So we need to join both tables on which tables from A tables, join two tables on a basis of which I'm giving the alias name as B, on condition, on which conditions we are going to join a dot id is equal to b dot cid, because these two columns have a primary and a foreign key relationship between the two tables. Okay, now I'm going to select sum of which table from b tables. I'm going to do the sum of amount. Okay, now third column also got like the sum of amount we found, and where I'm going to use the group by clause. If you are using any aggregate function, then we need to do a group by clause. So I'm going to use the group by. Okay, let's run the query once again and see what outputs what output we will get. Firstly, now if you see, let's give the name as total spend. total spend. Okay, as you can see, we have found the each customer's ID, name, city, and the total spend. Now, what questions they have given? We need to find the total spending we found. Now we need to divide into a four tiers. So for that, I'm going to use one of the Windows function that is nothing but entile. Entile functions I'm going to use. In entile function, what entile functions do basically? The entile function is like the Windows functions, you can say, divide the data set into a specific numbers. How many? Okay, we need to divide into a four tiers. So like the it's like a think of it as a, like a slicing a cake into a n equal parts. So we need a four equal parts. So I will give entire four equal parts, and also it's like a Windows function. So in Windows function we use the over clause. In a over clause I'm going to give order. In a over clause I'm going to give order by like the sum of which, sum of total, sum of b dot amount, sum of b dot amount in a descending order, because we need to give them a order, like we need to divide into four tiers but in a descending order, because the more spending we need at a top tiers, we can say. As let's give the name to this as a spending, like the spend quartile, because we need to divide into four quartiles. Okay, now let's run the query once again and see what outputs we are getting. We are getting the okay amount. We need to close the bracket in a descending order. Let's see what we are getting, and also the sum functions require first argument. Giving sum functions required. Okay, b dot. Let's run the question, run the query once again. So now we got the like the spend quarter also. Like if the Amit living in the city Pune, total spend is the first down. We got the spend quartiles as a one. If the second Neha and Arav, this spending total spending is the 6,000 and 5,700. So we are getting the spend quartile is a two. So now I'm taking this output in a city with, I can say, customer spend, uh, customers customers spend as, and I'm going to okay use the city, and I'm going to select. Okay, first I need to select which columns I need to select first. What I need, name from city. Also I need city from city columns, and also I need a total, I can say total spend. And but now if you see the city output, now we need to, if the spend quartiles come into a one, we need to give as a name as like the platinum. If the quartiles is a two, we need to give name as a gold. If a quartile is a three, we need to give name as silver. So I'm going to use the case statement, case, like if the spend quartiles. Now I'm going to use when, like when one, then I can say platinum, platinum. For example, same like I'm going to use same like control C, and the control will be, I can say 1, 2, 3. If my quartile, okay, if two, it is coming into a two, spend quartile is the two, then it will be a gold. And if it is a third, then it will be silver, and if it is a fourth, then it will be a bronze. Bronze. Okay, like bronze, we need to end this case statement and as I can say tiers. Okay, now and from which from I'm going to use that city. It is going to be from the CTE order by I can say total spent. Order by total spent in a descending. So let's run the query once again. If you see Amit and Rahul has spent total spent is highest, so though these tools are in a platinum tiers, and if you see Vikrant and Kavita who has spent less, those both are in a bronze tiers. Thank you. If you have a doubt, then write down in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.